Okay, this is a response to both The Amazing Atheist and also TheAmazingAtheist and Amazing Atheist, but also saw positive things within your video, like questioning where we are going. And where we are going, a lot of my videos talk about, all this, being in this moment of now and all this stuff about, experiencing now, but we have to now consist of the moment of this point in time, and then any moment in time that you create from that moment in time that you originally had the idea. So your video was awesome, Amazing Atheist. It just was profound. It said so many truths. The three different perspectives that you gave were, were amazing. And I was led there by TheAmazingAtheist, and she points out, the levels of insanity. And insanity, she said, was basically whenever you're confused and you're in a disillusion. Insanity is a perfectly natural adjustment to a totally unnatural and negative environment. R.D. Lang. We don't think with the mind, but for the mind. I really like what you said about insanity. By the way, it's TheAmazingAtheist. Insanity, basically, I think humans are insane. And I say that not because we have restricted patterns to keep us sane, but even perception is pattern. So we are built on pattern, and that brings into the whole forth that insane. What I mean by sane is knowing the reality around us and then bringing forth that reality into us living, or us keep living, or us producing things within our environment, reality. So sane is just simply microscopic, idea of perception. We want to create more, and want to create, whether it's a pattern of blogging every day or a pattern of waking up every day. So whenever you talk about, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's not gonna be okay. Okay, it's not. All right, you look at the scale of things, the power of these people wanting to control our psychological minds. And I don't really like to focus on this because it's such a negative aspect of humanity, but it seems, for the most part, to be, relatively accurate. And that there's people out there putting out quotes about mind control and different things, and then people in the future, believing and using those quotes to do their agenda. And that's whenever I say it's not going to be alright, because we got so much cleaning to do, swooping up, I guess. Like, we've been swooping all this dust underneath the rug for thousands and thousands of years, hundreds and hundreds of years, or whichever, just a small speck of time in the actual grand scheme of it. The moment of now is before now. So there is no real moment of now as we perceive it. We perceive it as a multiplication of the moment of now, that our synapses are connecting and our electrons and protons, neutrons are coming together into an electronic field of beginning to evolve into that thought. And what you see is, yes, reality. And in my videos, TheAmazingAtheist is another channel, but in my videos, I talk all about all this positive stuff. Yes. Okay, all this, being in the moment of now, being in the moment of love, okay, but you are in that moment of love by creating a video such of intense vibration of feeling. Quote by Alan Watts. We seldom realize, for example, that our most private thoughts and emotions are not actually our own, for we think in terms of languages and images which we did not invent, but were given to us by society. We copy emotional reactions from our parents and the people we know growing up. Society is our extended mind and body. It's really hard to see within this conscious moment that we are in because we are so involved in the past moment or maybe the future moment, and we're not involved in the conscious creation that we are creating now. What does a fish do? It swims through the ocean. Does it know when it's gonna die? No, probably not. Does it know when it's gonna be born? No, probably not. But after it is created, it still swims. And that's all that we're doing. It's not going to be alright, but it is alright just by being here now. So, it's not alright, but it is alright. Composition of polarity, composition of dualism. It is time, and we are pulling back the rug, and we're actually seeing all the dust that has gathered underneath the rug. And so it's going to be a fairly big effort on humanity and people like yourselves, stepping up and speaking your mind, and not going off of this, being an individual, not being part of the group. And this is not rebellious in any form, it's just recognizing the other parts of your mind. Constraints that we have brought into the existence that we exist in now. So it's just that. And insane is basically someone who is outside of those constraints. And so therefore the general population view them as insane. And it's not insane in any sense. It's just a different way of perceiving the reality. And yes, they might get hit by a car. Yes, they might die because they do not recognize the reality around them. We are insane because we exist in a disillusioned environment, entity, and we base our thoughts on this disillusion. And what I mean by that is the five senses, the mechanism of the brain, the mechanism of seeing and feeling and understanding that this is all we exist in. So that, in general, makes us insane. So, I loved both of your videos. They were very enlightening and beautiful, and create more, create. Just do what you gotta do to speak the truth.